Video is for a trip that I took in a British Airways 777-200ER in Club World Suite from Phoenix International Sky Harbour Airport to London Heathrow International Airport in England. The flight took me from Phoenix Sky Harbour International Airport in the Phoenix area out across Arizona and across the other states of the United States. Eventually, we got to Hudson Bay, where we started our Atlantic crossing, went via Greenland and Iceland, and then across Ireland into the United Kingdom. We came down through the home counties and then above the London area, and we saw the River Thames there, and then finally into Heathrow. The check-in desk was supposed to open at 15:30, which is 3:30 p.m. However, it didn't actually open until about 4 p.m. I had arrived a little earlier so that I could be there and get to the club lounge. Once I checked in, and that process was pretty swift, I then went ahead and used the moving walkways to get to the sea gates. That was after I'd been through security. There wasn't too many people there. Be aware that it's a long walk from the check-in desks and security to the sea gates. It's good that the moving walkways are there.
This is the view from the Centurion Lounge out onto the apron.
So while I was in the Centurion Lounge, I saw our friends American Airlines flight 777-200ER taking off for Heathrow. They get in about an hour and a half before us. And then, just after they had taken off, here's the British Airways plane that I'm going to be on, and it's just landing. Once again, it's a Boeing 777-200ER. And here's the British Airways 777 taxiing to the gate. It's just down below where the Centurion Lounge is, probably about 30 or 40 yards from the Centurion Lounge is the gate where I'll get on. It's actually over to the right of where this view is at the moment. The plane right in front of me is actually a WestJet flight, just flying to Calgary. That would have been the flight that some more of our party, my daughter, her mother-in-law, son-in-law, and the grandkids were on. And now make my way down the jetway onto the plane and get ready to fly off. My seat is 12A and it's on the left side of the plane. You see there's a nice 15-inch monitor there, nice lay flat bed with the blankets and earphones, or headset I should say. There's plenty of little compartments, compartment with some water in, compartment that I put the headset in, another compartment where it's got the controller for the TV, little mirror so I can make myself pretty in the morning. latches down. It takes a little bit of a push to latch. The table slides out. The catch is a little hard to find there. It's kind of 3/4 of the way along. Have to pull it out. Table folds out. So you go in two positions, one for drinks and one for the meal. And look, there's enough room to get my tummy in there. It's in a nice position so you can see the screen. Then you can see the cabin over here, and seems to be plenty of storage space. Storage space under here where I've put my shoes. Taking shoes off during the flight's good, and more storage space down below there for the blankets and stuff when you're not. Blankets are by the White Company. I was served orange juice and some champagne. Decided to make a mimosa. Wasn't feeling in the mood for pure champagne at that moment. Well, I did have a sip and it was very good. So there we are, there's my mimosa. Let's have a little sip. It's very yummy. See the people boarding behind me. And here's the menu. Mocktails and cocktails, spirits that they have on board. A lot of teas and different coffees. Now here's the lunch and dinner menu. I went for the ginger and carrot soup, and then the fillet. I had the sticky toffee pudding for dessert. It was all very good. The meat was a little tough. Breakfast, there's fresh orange juice and yogurt, and then seasonal fruit. And then I went for the scrambled egg option with the kind of like a full British breakfast, but a partial full. Different wines that we can have. There's the champagne that I had earlier, and then there's two different champagnes actually. One's a rosé and one's a white, and then white wines and some red wine. I actually chose to have the Côte de Rhône. Didn't get to have any port. Wasn't feeling very alcoholic this evening. Time to settle in, ready for takeoff.
One little disappointment is they don't have the amenities kit on this flight. Apparently they can't find them.
I was told that there were no amenity kits on the flight tonight. Apparently I couldn't find them. Now we're ready for pushback from the gate. And here we are taxiing and getting ready to take off. Actually we're on the runway now and taking off from Sky Harbor International Airport in Phoenix. See some American planes out over there, also at the gates. Nice dark evening. Actually the sunset when I was getting on the plane. There's the tower, and we're about ready to rotate here and get into the air. So it was a very smooth takeoff. The seat that I was in, 12A, is in a nice position where you can see down in front and make sure the engine's still there. Here we are taking off to the west and headed out over Phoenix. And here's the cabin, inside of the cabin just after takeoff. Nice blue mood lighting there. outside, just making a turn to the north. Actually, you can see like the Glendale area now. Let's say the cabin crew on board this plane were excellent. On the way back, I'm flying American Airlines. I'll do a little comparison with that. Then there's the moon and the star, and you can see the sunset, and it's very, very pretty. And this is the in-flight map showing us where we're going. We've made the turn. This is over the Scottsdale area, and now we're headed up towards Flagstaff and Payson, Camp Verde. Just probably went over Fountain Hills where I live. I then opted to have some tomato juice and some more champagne, and somebody on board was allergic to nuts, so they served pretzels, which I was a little disappointed about that. However, the pretzels were very, very tasty. I actually kind of liked those a lot. I think I asked for another pack. Champagne was the white champagne. That was very good. Giving the pretzels a thumbs up there. Yes, that was the champagne that I had. Actually didn't get to finish it all, something wrong with my tummy tonight. So here's the hand controller for the video screen, but you can do a couple of things. You can actually be watching a show, don't know why I'm watching that show, and then using the button at the top here, you can actually switch it into a mode where you can see the map on the handset.
Here I'm having dinner with Prince Charles.
So there was some bread and butter that was with the meal, and then a salad with some balsamic vinaigrette dressing, which was very tasty. And then there was the carrot and ginger soup, which was very good. And then the salmon, the raw salmon, it was very good. A plethora of knives and forks and spoons, all nicely chilled. Yes, that was very good.
The salmon is excellent.
The roast beef, however, the fillet of beef was very tough. I actually ended up leaving most of it. Potatoes were good, the carrot was good. Had some Cote de Rhone with it. Managed to drink about a quarter of the glass. Once again, having some sort of tummy problems. The wine was very good. And then I had the sticky toffee pudding with creme alaise on top of it. Be nice if it was ice cream. It was very tasty, but by this time I was getting quite full. So after a good sleep on the lay flat bed, it's now time for breakfast. A little hungry. So for breakfast there's hash browns, scrambled egg, sausage, bacon, mushrooms, croissant, and orange juice, some coffee, some yogurt, and some fresh fruit. It's all very tasty. Could have done with some brown sauce, but it's very good. Now we're approaching Ireland. So as we're approaching Ireland, this is where some other members of my family are. My wife, my mother-in-law, my son-in-law and grandkids. and daughter as well. And then they'll meet up with us when we get to England. Here we are going through the clouds, and that's Ireland down below us. I think one thing to note is there's a couple of other friends that are actually on the plane with me. I'm going to meet up with them when we get to Heathrow. So here we are heading over England, heading down from Liverpool through Manchester area into Birmingham and then down to London. Currently though we're over Liverpool, and when we look out the window here we'll be able to see the docks in Liverpool, and not too cloudy today in the Liverpool area. I think there's a little bit more cloud as we get down towards London. Very close now. They're starting to clear out the cabin, ready for land. We're now heading down the spine of England and into the home counties. We're actually now over the home counties here. I think that's the M1 possibly that we can see from the air. This isn't far from where I used to live in Stevenage, and very, very green countryside. One of the things I really like about England. A lot of industrial areas down there as we're approaching the London area. Also a lot of arable land, a lot of arable farming goes on in England. And now here we are on approach over Hounslow area, coming into the Heathrow airport. I believe that big building that you can see just coming into view is one of the British Airways training centres. You can see the edge of the field there, and as we come in, another training facility there I believe, or perhaps a maintenance facility. Some of the hangars, some British Airways planes outside the hangars. You see a lot of British Airways planes here of course, because this is London Heathrow. And nice clouds in the sky, looks like a nice day actually. Here we are, just going to touch the ground, and we're down. There's a row of British Airways planes all sitting there, ready for takeoff, or land, just landed. There's A380, and then here's the steps. We parked at steps and we had to take a bus to the terminal. And then we picked up our bags after we went through immigration. And oh, I've met some friends outside of Terminal 5. Very pretty foyer outside Terminal 5. There I am after the flight. And then here's my friends again. And they took a taxi with me, a black cab, from Heathrow, Terminal 5, to the Delta Windsor Heathrow Hotel. It was a quick ride, and there we are at the hotel.